Hello guys, welcome to a new episode of LabVIEW tutorials. I know I haven't posted anything in a while, I'm sorry about that. I have been focusing on some other projects I'm working on, including my thesis. So what I want to do for today is actually create a program that predicts, if you will, poker odds. And hopefully this will work out very smoothly. So what I'm going to start off with is creating a way to input the data into the program. I'm going to try to explain everything I'm doing, but I might not be as thorough as I should be. So Control E to flip between the two screens here. First thing I need to do is create a way to input data. So I'm going to look into a list, perhaps. There we go. What I would like, I believe, the best thing... Ooh, I've never used a tree before. But that would be interesting. I think what I'm going to go ahead and use is this list box. And what the list box does is allows me to add multiple things into it. So as you can see now I have these dividers. I can add multiple things to it, and this is gonna be hand card 1, for example, and that could take any value. Let's say the highest value is an ace, king, queen, Let's see, what if I do a multi-level? So if we come to a table and we do a multi-column table, this might actually be nicer. I'm not sure. Let's see, get rid of vertical, get rid of the horizontal. Nah, this probably will take too much. Forget that. Alright, so we have the ace, we have the king, we have the queen, we have the jack. Yeah, I would like this to be nicer. Okay, I'm gonna go back to multi-column. Sorry about that, guys. But basically, especially with me, whenever I'm working on a project, I go ahead and jump a lot, trying to figure out what I need to do. So we need the A for ace, the K for king, and so on. Queen, jack. See, it's these things where I should edit this video and just finish that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video here. I'm gonna work on these, try to get them all done, and then once that is done, we shall move on to the next step. I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so here we go. I have set this up. One last thing, I didn't want to do this off camera, is that here I can select selection mode after right clicking, and I can say 0 or 1 item, which is actually the one I would like. And also I can go ahead and select the data type, how I want this to be outputted, and highlight entire row. Perfect. So now I can actually run this, or continuous run. I can select whichever card I will have. For example, ace, king, queen, jack, and then you have your normal 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Obviously there's no 1 because the 1 is an ace. So there we go. Now it does say you can have 0 selection. I'm not sure how to do that. So let's go ahead and experiment real quickly on how this works. I'm gonna convert it into an icon, and I'm going to take the label and put it in the back. You guys know I love this fine-tuning. Now I'd like to create an indicator. Oh, Yeah, that is not what I want. So how would I fix this? You click on the line, go to my help, and it will tell me what's here. This is a long 32-bit integer. So I know that this is a normal integer. So I can just come here and do a numeric indicator, and a normal numeric indicator should work. Connect this to that. There we go, and let's run it. So this is giving me 0. So how do I set this to unselect? That's interesting. Let me make sure I've set it 0 or 1 item. So we cannot select more than 1 item. Data type scalar. So that means that we probably can manipulate this. So let's go ahead and try to do that. If I right click on that and do create a local variable and create a constant, if I would like to set that variable to 0. Now let's run it. Okay, let's run it continuously. Now whatever I select, it's automatically setting itself to 0. Perfect. So now let's try to set this to -1. I'm assuming that might be the no selection. There we go. So -1 means nothing is selected. Oh, it's off. Running continuously, nothing is selected. It's always -1. Perfect. That is exactly what I wanted right here. I'm gonna set this here like that. I know my output now is gonna be a number, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's how it's gonna come out. Basically, the lowest number is the highest number. That should not be an issue. We'll work with that later on. Alright, so let me see if I can get this to multiply. If I copy paste, perfect. So now I have a second set right here. Perfect for the second number in your hand. First number, second number. Now, the other thing is, before I get into that, is that there's going to be the card, there's going to be the number, and then there's going to be the type. So I'm going to have to create a whole new set for the 4 different types of a card. So let me go ahead and do that so I don't bore you guys, and I will be back. Guys, so I did set up this small thing here that shows the card types, but I did go to Wikipedia and I ended up seeing this very cool display here, and I started wondering, can I get something similar to this? And I went back to LabVIEW and I started playing around trying to see what I can find, and I actually found this pretty cool thing. It's called a picture ring, or a text and picture ring. I actually like the text and picture ring more, and this is a very interesting system because if I click on it, it shows me a picture here. So I can go ahead and select a picture with a word description about it, and I found that to be very, very interesting. So that's what I'm gonna try to do right now. What I needed was pictures, and if I go ahead and use, let's see what happens here. Maybe I can use this one. So I actually did try this, but it did not work as well as I wanted. I'm gonna go ahead and try really quickly again, just to see if this is gonna work or not, to show you guys. So if we go back into the poker panel here and show it, there it is. See, the problem I have now is that this thing is just way too big. That is not how big I want it to be. And I need to add text, and I'm not sure how to add text. Edit items. I actually did not get this far. So let's see what this will open up for me. There we go. So insert item spades. Okay. So this is the spades. There we go. So I can select whatever symbol. But as you can see here, it shows me the entire image, which is way too big here. So I need a smaller version of spades. But this, I believe, is exactly what I want. And the output of this is also a unsigned 16-bit integer. So perfectly, you just select which one you want, and that's it. That's the one that you're going to use, and then we can go into more details to pick which specific card. If I could click this and it gives me a whole set of cards that might be even cooler. I'm gonna go ahead and experiment and see what else I can do, and I will get back to you guys. Hello guys, so here we go. I had to customize some of these to make it work, but basically instead of having the game run and you select from a list over here, we can click here and select whichever one we want. So okay, spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs. There they are. This, I believe, is a much cooler way of doing this. It's so awesome that I actually want to do this for the others as well. I would love if we can have, so we can say, we can click on another one and say what it is and then which symbol it is. So I'm going to actually try to make that work, and I will get back to you guys. Bye for now. Hello guys, so for the last thing in this video, I believe, I have set up everything right here. As you can see, we have here where you select which card it is, and then here you select which type it is. The default is gonna always be nothing, but then you select, for example, spades or whatever you want. You just cannot select nothing again, which is pretty cool. So let me run this, or run it continuously, and then here you can select whichever card you want, and say, for example, you have the 10 of hearts. So there it is, 10 of hearts. That's your first hand card. How I did this, I actually put these two that we had in a cluster, which is right over here. If you go to modern, array matrix, and clusters, I put a cluster, and I put this in, and then I put this this one as well. This one's always harder to select. There we go, and then you can go ahead and auto size them vertically, and there we go. So now I have them as a cluster. Now I'm gonna undo that. So now I have them as a cluster called hand, and if I create for the cluster, I can create a local variable and then create an initial constant condition, in this case blank and -1, and there we go. We have this set up here, and now I have the first hand card combination right here. I can copy and paste this now. Let me copy and paste them out here. Here's hand 2. Amazingly, it auto names itself hand 2 for me. And there we go. This is hand card, I could say number 2. Nah. Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. Hand card 2 is fine. There we go. So we have hand cluster hand 1 and cluster hand 2. Now, you might be wondering, why is this different? This is because what is showing up here is not the label, but a caption, which I can use for a cluster. So this cluster is called out here. Is gonna be called hand card number 1 or hand card number 2, which is different than the label which is used internally, which is going to be hand 1, hand 2 only. Take these two, align them vertically, and we have a perfect setup right here. And this here is just to reset it. We can actually go ahead and create a control for this. This is a reset button, if you will. So let's run this. You can select whatever you want. Oh, run it continuously. We can select whatever you want, and then once selected, you can reset them to 0. Let me just change the latch mechanism on this. If you go here, you go to mechanical action, and I want it to latch when released, not when clicked. So basically, while running, you click it, it unclicks itself. So jack or whatever things we have, and then click, resets everything. So there we go. We now have a successful, if you will, input method for the 2 cards that are gonna be in your hand. That I'm gonna leave these here right now. I may or may not use them somewhere else later on, but for now this is fine. and I hope you guys will stick around for the next episode. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there yet, so we'll figure that out when we get to it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.